Howdy folks, it is currently 11 a.m. Central Standard Time on May the 13th, 2022, being Friday the 13th. Hope everybody is keeping a good day. I hope our creators keeping you well and safe wherever you are in the world. Please make sure to hit that like and share button across other platforms. And if you happen to be new to the channel, please make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell in case we have any critical future updates. We are starting off today at spaceweather.com, and apparently we have a slight chance of some storms today. One of the many CMEs that was set to miss Earth this week might actually hit after all. No analysts say that a glancing blow is possible today, potentially during Friday the 13th, into a lucky day for high latitude aurora watchers. So if you happen to be those who do aurora, make sure you get outside and take a look. We'll see what's happening. Now here's another interesting thing I wanted to show you guys. First sunquake of solar cycle 25. 26 years ago, researchers discovered seismic activity on the sun. A team led by Dr. Alexander Kosovichev, I'm sure I butchered that and I apologize, then at Stanford University found circular waves rippling across from the core of some of the solar flares outwards. So that is really freaking cool. They named the tremors sunquakes, which, I mean, obviously that makes a lot of sense. A typical sunquake contains 40,000 times the energy released in the Great San Francisco earthquake of 1906. Solar seismic wave appears to be compression waves like the P waves generated by an earthquake. They travel through the sun's interior and probably recombined on the opposite side of the sun to create a faint duplicate of the original ripple. Moreover, the ripples have been behave strangely. A typical wave starts off at an initial speed of 20,000 miles per hour. Holy crap. And then accelerates to a maximum of 250,000 miles per hour before disappearing. And no one knows exactly why. No kidding. Holy crap, that's a huge jump. We have just detected the first sunquake of solar cycle 25, announces Kosovichev, who is now a professor at New Jersey Institute of Technology. Right below here, this is from the X1.5 that was directly Earth-facing. The movie below, centered on the blast site, shows concentric rings emerging from the turbulent surface of the sun. So let's take a look at it here. Oh, look at the ripples. Look at that. Yeah, it does do that, doesn't it? Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit better here for you. There we go. Yeah, you can definitely see the ripples coming out. You know what? Does this remind you guys of a specific movie where we saw like rippling going across like a planet or some kind of a small star or something? What was the name of that movie? Oh, The Fifth Element. That one planet that kind of appeared out of nowhere and it had all the little ripplings and it was sending out radar information or something like that and sucking in satellites. That's what that kind of reminds me of. Very interesting. Jumping down, we're taking a look at our asteroids, what we might have coming towards us, and today being the 13th, we have one that's going to be 2.6 lunar distances. That's 2.6 times the distance between us and the moon, so 2.5 times that. The velocity is 22.6 kilometers per second, and it is 41 meters in diameter. That's a pretty big one. And then on the 15th, we have a 2.8 lunar distance, and it is 54 meters in diameter, and it is moving very slow at 8.2 kilometers per second. That is a slow moving one. These slower ones like this at 8.2, these are the ones that concern me, because the slower they move, the more likely they can be drawn into our atmosphere, especially being this close. And for those of us that know about CERN with the huge magnet that they use, and when you think about that, there's 10,000 particle colliders throughout the entire world. If they all happen to turn on, yeah, they could bring these buggers right down to us, because the largest one that they have over that's gone towards CERN has, what is it, like 1,000 times stronger gravity than the Earth. So imagine that one turning on and all the rest of them. I mean, this whole planet would just be one gigantic multi-magnet, like a severe magnitude. So these little buggers here are the ones that concern me when they're moving slow like this. But we'll keep our eyes out for it. Jumping over at spaceweatherpredictioncenter.noaa.gov, I actually want to take a look here at LASCO C2 and LASCO C3. Take a look at this here. We've got ourselves a little friend here. Well, we've got friends all over the place actually, but look at this ribbon right here. Nice little ribbon release coming off the southwestern quadrant, and then we've got another one right behind it. That one there, look at that. Uh-oh, we moved from 11:24 to 12:36. They're cutting time out again. We're missing an hour and 12 minutes worth of data. We didn't see the initial pop of it. And we can see the first one here on LASCO C3. There's the first one. I don't know if that's, yep, there's the beginnings of the second one here on Lasco C3. But I did happen to pull it up on Lasco, or SDO over here in ISWA. Now, what I wanted to do is I want to show you guys a comparison. Right here, this is from the 10th, and this is from the 13th. Okay, we're going to notice that there is a major increase in activity going on the sun. And things that we have to keep in mind is that not only is our sunspot increasing, the number of sunspots, but the coronal mass ejections, the filament releases, the coronal holes. We are ramping up. Okay, we're not like coming down. I mean, we're getting a small break, but things are ramping up. Now, keep your eyes right here on this one right here that I showed you guys from the 10th. Look at that big old plasma. Boom. Now, there was a release from that. It did not just all come back. Some of it disappeared. It was gone. It got thrown out. Okay, that's a huge plasma filament, folks. That's massive. Well, guess what? We just had the same thing again just this morning. Again, same area, same region, right over here. Keep your eyes out over here. Boom, right here. Releasing out. Now, strangely enough, if you look right over here on this side, as the activity is going on here, this guy releases. So, do you think there's a connection from one side to the other like he was talking about with the ripple effects? I think so. It just seems kind of funny that, you know, we had, oh, hey, we got ourselves a little friend right here doing a little flyby. But as we watch, you can see there's a flare right there. And as there's a flare right there, this guy's releasing. So I think that there's a connection there. There's definitely some form of a connection. Wow, look at down here in this corner. Look at how this thing swirls around. Whew, that is just wicked looking. So we do have to keep our eyes on the filaments, and I do watch them to see if we have anything coming at us, and I'm not seeing a whole lot coming at us at this time directly, so these ones are going to miss us. However, the one from the 10th, this guy, there might be a little bit from it, like I had originally suspected that there could be, but we will have to wait and see. Not 100% sure if it's going to miss us or not. And the reason I say that is because if you look here, this is coming back this way, so some of this will get flung in our direction. So that's why I think that's why I originally said we might get some of it. And according to Noah, yeah, it looks like we might be. To reiterate, we're over here at spaceweatherlive.com looking at our solar cycle progression, and these are our sunspot numbers. Look at this. The purple here, this is what their original prediction was for solar cycle 25. Okay, this is what it originally was. Okay, the red number here is the now predicted sunspot number. Okay, this, which is pretty insane. And the orange would be the combined, when they combined this one with this one to kind of try and find it could go this way. But yeah, they're expecting it to be all the way up here, 234, which matches right over here in solar cycle 23. So we could even go even higher. And when you actually see that we're not even to the center of it yet, the center would be up here. Well, we would have to go all the way up here, way up here, in order for this to even come over and match it. So we're looking at 300 plus if we actually stay going the direction that we're going. So we are ramping up, folks, for sure. This right here is our solar cycle progression of radio flux, of how much, you know, radio X-ray that we've actually taken. And as you can see, we are way above where we should be. I mean, this right here is supposed to be at the peak of it, and we're just beginning, and we're almost at the peak for what they predicted. Yippee-ki-yay. Eyes open. No fear, and remember that love is the only way forward. Solar Wolf out.